You're listening to The ShortCut, the weekly news podcast from the Double Mountain Chronicle that gets straight to the point. We pack the biggest stories and need-to-know updates into a quick listen. No long-winded reports, no detours, just the news that matters, fast. Take the shortcut and stay in the loop without missing a beat. In this week's episode of The ShortCut, Fisher County Judge Ken Holt defends his budget plan amid controversy. A grand jury indicted a former paramedic on multiple sexual assault charges. Stonewall County adopts a tight budget, calls an election, and prepares for possible courthouse repairs. Fisher County gears up for a busy election season, and the 80th annual Fisher County Fair and Rodeo spurs community spirit and county pride. Stay tuned till the end for sports scores and upcoming games. Want to advertise on The ShortCut? Connect with listeners throughout the Double Mountain area. First-time advertisers will receive 30% off the cost of their ad for the first 6 months if purchased in the month of September. Give us a call or email publisher@dmchronicle.com for rates and details. Fisher County Judge Ken Holt is standing by his controversial budget proposal, which includes effectively closing the county jail. At a recent meeting, county officials spent hours debating how to keep the jail operational without raising taxes, but Holt argues that closing the jail makes financial sense. The Fisher County Jail has faced multiple closures due to staffing issues and currently sits empty with inmates housed in neighboring counties. Holt points out that maintaining the jail costs significantly more than transferring inmates, estimating a savings of $500,000 by closing the facility. Despite some criticism, including concerns from Sheriff Tom Pullman about meeting judicial requirements and the public's desire for a functioning jail, Holt believes focusing on increasing the number of deputies is a better use of funds. Holt also addressed the county's remaining $4.6 million bond debt, arguing that keeping the debt while benefiting from current high interest rates on investments is more advantageous than paying it off early. As Fisher County officials prepare to finalize the budget on September 9th, Holt remains firm that closing the jail is a necessary step to avoid tax hikes and manage the county's resources effectively. Last week, the Fisher County grand jury indicted Ryan Tipton on multiple sexual assault charges. The charges come from an investigation into alleged assaults that took place in June of 2024, leading to Tipton's arrest while he was a paramedic with Fisher County Hospital District. Tipton, currently held in Jones County on a $400,000 bond, faces 3 counts of aggravated sexual assault and 1 count of sexual assault. The indictments detail 4 separate incidents from early June involving severe allegations, including the use of force and a belt. Tipton, who had been the victim's immediate training officer, is accused of threatening her job and committing these assaults under duress. Visible injuries and a bite mark were reported by authorities. After his initial arrest, Tipton posted a $25,000 bond but is now facing higher bonds related to the new charges. After his initial arrest, Tipton posted a $25,000 bond but is now facing higher bonds related to the new charges. The investigation is ongoing with possible additional victims being considered, though no further details have been confirmed. Tipton's previous employer, MetroCare, has not commented on any past complaints, and Fisher County Hospital conducted a background check with no prior issues reported. The case has been handed over to the District Attorney's Office for further proceedings, with Tipton remaining in custody. The Double Mountain Chronicle continues to monitor the situation, and more details are expected to emerge as the case proceeds. In Stonewall County, the Commissioner's Court recently adopted Judge Ronnie Moorhead's budget proposal after minor revisions. The budget maintains the current tax rate with only a slight increase in road and bridge taxes, despite earlier concerns about a potential shortfall due to the decreased mineral values and reduced oil production. Fortunately, higher than expected property values helped avoid a tax increase. The county also announced a November election for the only contested race, with incumbent Billy Kirk-Metter facing challenger Ike Mitchell for Precinct 3 Commissioner. Early voting begins October 21st with Election Day on November 5th. In addition to the budget, the county is addressing a significant backlog of financial reporting. The cost for overdue audits from 2022, 2023, and 2024 will be around $76,700, essential for maintaining state compliance and eligibility for grant funding. A $250,000 grant received last year is critical for law enforcement, with additional support from Espermont City Council aiming to enhance deputy salaries. The county is also preparing for potential financial strain due to necessary HVAC system replacements at the courthouse. Officials will finalize the budget and tax rate in their September meeting. Candidates for the Roby and Rotan school districts and the Fisher County Hospital District are set for the November election as the final deadline has passed. Some incumbents will face challengers, while others will run unopposed. Notably, the Fisher County Hospital District may cancel its election due to a lack of opposition, with incumbents Sarah McClin, Beverly Reister, and Terry Coker running unopposed. Roby CISD will hold an election with incumbents Danny Carrion, Chris Estes, and Carter Edmondson facing newcomer Brent Whitefield. Meanwhile, Rotan ISD is guaranteed some new faces as incumbents Matt Preston and Frankie Gonzalez are not running. 4 seats are up for grabs with candidates Clay McWilliams, Monica Carrillo, Rupal Weems, Jeff Stanley, Scott Spruill, David Mullins, and Joel Clary in the race. Early voting begins on October 21st and ends on November 1st, with Election Day on November 5th, 2024. Further candidate information will be shared as it becomes available. The Fisher County Fair and Rodeo wrapped up last weekend with an estimated 5,000 attendees enjoying 3 days of festivities, including a parade, car show, rodeo queen coronation, and 3 nights of thrilling rodeo action. Rodeo Association President Micah Evans highlighted the event as a result of the hard work and dedication of both the committee and the community. Significant improvements were made this year, including the demolition of the old Pink Building and the construction of a new pavilion to enhance the venue. The revamped space aims to better serve the community for years to come. Sponsorships played a crucial role, with companies like Capital Farm Credit and AEL Waste Management contributing to the event's success. The addition of a car show organized by Crystal Ray was a major highlight, drawing around 100 competitors and keeping the crowd engaged. The Rodeo Queen pageant made a grand return thanks to generous sponsors, while the popular Mutton Bustin' event continues to draw large crowds of young participants. Despite some growing pains, the overall feedback was positive, and the Fair and Rodeo Association is already looking forward to next year's event. The Rotan Lady Hammer volleyball team had back-to-back wins, with a 3-0 win over Chillicothe last Saturday and another 3-0 win against Moran on Tuesday. The Lady Hammers will travel to Albany this weekend to compete in the Albany tournament. The Roby Lady Lion cross-country team finished 5th in the Tall City Invitational in Midland last Saturday. Football season has officially started, with the Aspermont Hornets playing in Blackwell starting at 7:30 tonight. The Rotan Yellowhammers will play in Trent at 7, and the Roby Lions will play in Lorenzo starting at 7. This Saturday, the Roby Community Fun Run will take place at 8 a.m. in Roby. Then, next Tuesday, September 3rd, the Aspermont Lady Hornets will face off against Merkel for a home game in Aspermont starting at 5 p.m. Next Wednesday, September 4th, the Rotan Yellowhammer cross-country team will compete in Mundy starting at 2 p.m. You've been listening to The Shortcut. For the full stories from this episode and more, purchase this week's paper or subscribe at DoubleMountainChronicle.com. Special thanks to our publisher Trisha Hurt and editor Jeff Hurt for their weekly, tireless work to bring you the news. The Shortcut is edited and produced by Dylan Cullifer. Catch us next week, and remember, we keep it short so you can stay sharp.